Welcome back, MAW fanatics, to the MAW Live podcast. I am your host, Chavo, and thank you for joining us here for episode 2. And last week, we did promise you a special in-person guest, and we delivered. But before we get to that, there's a couple of things that I kind of want to address. One, we do want to remind all our YouTube subscribers that we are now offering memberships. We have 3 tiers available, and if you want to know a little bit more details and what those perks are when you sign up for these memberships, go to YouTube page, click the little join button, and that'll give you all the little information that you need. The other thing I want to address is some emails that we received on behalf of you MAW fanatics who are a little upset. Well, here, I'm just going to shoot straight. Some of y'all were feeling that I was blaming Paul Verk for not being able to have a guest or a co-host for the first episode of the MAW Live podcast. Y'all felt that I was being a little unfair, and I don't know. Looking back at the video, I can see for sure there was some frustration in my voice, but I was at no point trying to blame Paul Verk. I was, if anything, it was the lack of communication on behalf of Paul Verk. That was the frustration, but I don't blame Paul Verk. I understand why he's in the headspace that he's in and unable to commit to doing a regular co-hosting spot here on the podcast. But it does turn out that Paul Verk did see that episode, and he did finally reach out. He did apologize, and he did let me know that as soon as he's available, he will be joining us here as a guest and maybe kind of let us know where he's at from, in that headspace, because we've seen this turn from Paul Verk that is... it's a little alarming, so maybe we'll get some answers there. So thank you all, MAW fanatics, for your emails. Be sure to continue to email us with any discussion topics or maybe some future guests that you all want to see on this podcast. But we do have someone here today in the studio, and that is none other than the man of 1,000 monikers, Mr. Rampage Santana. Welcome.
Slammy Davis Jr.
Rampage. We got to get that right. We got to create that song for you so that, at least just faintly enough so that, because people are going to scream it anyways.
Well, yeah, we just got to cheerlead them into it.
There you go. Right. Oh, we still got, hey, weren't you talking about a band idea long ago where you're like, hey, it'd be cool if I came out to a couple drums and a trumpet section or something?
Like a whole, I think a drum line would be sick even. But you got to have horns in there too. Like a sexy tuba. That's a trombone.
Wait, what's the tuba? The tuba's
the big one.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Like the Giants, when the giant walks into them.
Yeah. Well, we can still make it happen. Grand Slam, right? Because I think that's where you pitched it one time. We're like, hey, at Grand Slam, I think.
Oh yeah, now we got enough time. I should talk to some of the guys, the backstage. I don't know if are we allowed to say the head honcho's names? Is that
That's a good question. How much kayfabe do we want to?
What's kayfabe, bro? Oh no, I'm kidding.
We can say the executive team.
The exact, yeah. I need to mainly Brian Sager, because Brian Sager, I know he's
the commissioner.
He be liking my ideas. So I'm gonna ask Brian, yo, marching band.
Well, I know that you're a very busy person, so I appreciate you taking some time to be here with us today.
I'm not in a work shirt right now, I promise.
There you go. Well, isn't every shirt a work shirt? Aren't we just working through life?
Life's a work, bro.
There you go. Bully brand.
Merch.
Right? Who else is making t-shirts out there? Shout out to all the merch makers out there.
The Tea Hive.
There you go.
Yeah.
So when you do these podcasts, I know you usually get kind of a similar questions, but I do want to know, not to play too much into that trope, but I do want to know your first experience with wrestling.
My first experience of wrestling is honestly my uncle. He'd always be watching wrestling and then giving me body slams. I'm 3 years old. Giving me body slams on couch cushions.
Yeah, shout out to my nieces and nephews. I know they took a few stunners and power bombs.
Oh, you are their height though,
yeah.
So it makes sense that you're giving them stunners.
You ain't lying.
No, but yeah, I owe that to my uncle for sure. He introduced it to me, and I'm even now he's so heavily influential on my stuff. He's like, yo, you should do this. Or, like, he'll critique my matches back. He'll be like, you shouldn't do this. And I'm like, what do you know? like he knows like a lot. He's been like really like watching it because he's not just like a casual fan. Like he really like goes in depth. Like he's kind of like you. Like when you talk about anything, you know, like you're just so smart and wise in it. And like even though you might not know everything about it already, like you just have like an in-depth thought of like things. That's how he is like also. So.
All right. Well, I think now that we went with the easy question, right? Getting to know Rampage Santana. Let's start asking the hard-hitting questions. The questions that matter.
Yeah.
The questions that people at home are just dying to ask. How many squats to burn off a Wendy's burger?
Damn. What kind of Wendy's burgers though? Because there's like the double stack, there's like the Big Dave, there's all kinds of Wendy's burgers.
True.
And then even then, like if you're talking about a burger, like or you're just talking sandwiches in general, because they have like their breakfast menu also.
I've never had the breakfast.
Pretty good. I think they have like the best breakfast out there, honestly.
I know they have a croissant sandwich or something.
Brother, yeah.
Is that where it's at?
Brother.
All right, so we didn't answer the question though. Let's estimate how many squats.
Okay, if you're gonna go, let's go with like maybe 300 something calories. I feel like you got to get like, you can't just do the slow ones because I feel like you want to burn them off fast, right? Like, because you can like do the slow ones and then be there all day. I'm gonna say, just to be safe, I'm gonna say like maybe do like 300 squats, maybe like a squat per calorie, like maybe. Like, but if you're fat,
that's a good rule though.
Like
at least it makes sense in my brain, right? 1 squat per calorie.
Yeah, I mean, or like if you do it in the cold, because I think you burn more calories because your body will try to like heat up.
Well, here's where it gets a little.
Go to like a local gas station, like sneak into their freezer, like bust out like a couple squats.
I'm pretty sure a Big Mac has more calories than the Wendy's. All right, so let's say it's 500 calories. So that's 500 squats then, huh?
Not if you do it in the cold.
Okay, here's the $1 million question to build on top of that.
Ooh, okay.
How many Richard Powers squats does it take to burn off either cheeseburger?
First off, if you do a Richard Power squat, you're burning off more than just a cheeseburger. If you do a Richard Power squat, you instantly get abs, bro. Like when I was looking at my best, I was on Richard Powers' his diet plan, which is freaking insane, bro. I can't even give it to you because I signed an NDA when I accepted the meal plan, and I can't really like let you guys in on what workouts he even gives me.
Now that we've got all the lighthearted stuff out of the way and we're having a good time, I hate to be that guy, but I do want to bring it down to talking about Jay Fowler, because come Double Jeopardy, we are going to see the third match between you all, because what do we have? Nerdin' Out Con, which was back in October.
I think I had a lot.
That was
fun.
That was Fowler. Fowler took that one.
Yeah.
Then we had Invasion at the Legion 2 at Faribault. You got that one. And now we got Double Jeopardy.
Yeah.
All right. So how we feeling?
I'm feeling good. Honestly, like I've got a lot of quality reps since then, I feel like, and then I've been watching a lot of footage and tape on Fowler and just wrestling period and really getting into the catch style of things. I think also I've been watching a lot of Bruiser Brody and Stan Hansen videos. Fowler. But like Fowler's been getting a lot of quality reps in. I don't know if you saw, he went viral recently. Because a fan jumped in the ring.
Oh, I think I might have seen something like that.
Yeah, brother. Please don't let that happen to MAW. I'm a real nice dude. Don't.
No, fans.
Just stay out of the ring.
Yeah, enjoy the show from the ring seats.
I wouldn't hit a fan, but it's just like,
or you gotta,
don't do it,
at
bro.
some point, you got to protect yourself. So you're saying you're looking at tapes. So is there, sorry, so you lost the first one.
Yeah.
Then you won the second one. What do you learn, or what did you learn in defeat? And then what did you learn in victory?
In defeat, I learned, because I honestly, like the first time I walked in, I honestly thought it was going to be a walk in the park. You know, he's a smaller guy. Like I'm obviously bigger in stature. Like I think we're about even. He's a little bit faster than me, but I'm almost as fast as I'm quick. I'm agile. So like when he walked in, I was just like, bro, like I'm like 6'2". You're like, I don't know, like 5'4". No, I'm kidding. He's like 5'7", 5'8".
No, that'll be me down here.
Yeah. But he's like a shorter guy, so I really like. I didn't take him as serious, and then wrestling him the first time really showed me that I can't just wrestle him and like show off, because that's what I tried to do. Like if you go back and you watch that first match, I'm doing like backward rolls, kip up, front head springs, all that other stuff, just trying to show off, be fancy. And footwork. He got the better half of me on that. And if you watch this second time around, like it's not a bunch of me doing the flippy floppy stuff. And then this third time around, like I've learned a lot, especially since learning that I think he learned a new move called the chokehold, which I'm already using. I'm already using the Gagne sleeper.
Watch out.
But Fowler, he put it on that fan.
I saw that. Lately, dude tapped out immediately.
And I've never had anyone tap out to my sleeper immediately. So that's going to be something that I look out for. So obviously he's watching his catch wrestling also.
You said that you felt that you were doing too much first match, which is why he got one over on you. You learned from those mistakes, was able to apply that your second time around. So now, how do you combine both of those experiences to prepare you for Double Jeopardy?
I mean, I feel like I'm just gonna wait, because with a guy like Fowler, he's unpredictable. He's gonna whip out all kinds of flippy doos, strongman things. Like he's small in stature, but that dude's a freaking stick of dynamite.
Yeah, that's another thing. He's explosive, but he's precise. Like
exactly.
He just doesn't throw himself around.
No, yeah, he's very careful. Like not even like careful, but he's so like aware. Like his positioning and the way his feet move, like it's always in a stance of power, which is always like a benefit to him, especially being like a smaller guy, which allows him to like withstand like forces against forces. That might be bigger than him, So I think this third time around, I'm just gonna watch. I'm gonna go with it, and all the knowledge that I've been collecting, like the matches of his I've been watching, the new wrestling styles that I've been like trying to watch and practice. I'm just gonna apply all of that, and I think it's best to not go in there with a game plan, and to just wrestle,
Another shirt idea. Just wrestle
like Nike.
I didn't even think about that one.
JDX has the new the Nike logo. I don't know if you saw that. I'll text that to him. Like, yo, just wrestle.
Caption this. So that's Double Jeopardy. That is gonna be. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just put up the graphic, because my brain sometimes.
Wait, can I be holding it right here?
I don't know if we have the budget for that yet, but we'll try to work it out.
Producer, bro.
I know, man. That guy's so stingy. He's already telling us to wrap it up.
Wait, can I spin it on my finger?
We'll see. Maybe we'll Fiverr. We'll send it out to somebody and be like, hey, here's $5. Can you have the graphic of our next show spinning around Rampages?
Figure, yeah.
Last week we caught up with some of our favorite MAW superstars at Heart of a Warrior 4, and we were asking them a variety of questions. And this week we're going to switch it up, and we're going to focus on a career highlight. Now, before we ask Mr. Santana to share with us his career highlight, let's go ahead and see what some of your MAW superstars had to say.
Hey, Coda Jacobs, what is a highlight of your career?
Highlight of my career, it's a continuous highlight. Let's just put it that way. The campaign for a brighter future in wrestling has progressed. It has persevered for 6+ years now. So I just like to think of it as a continuous highlight.
The biggest highlight of my career is any opportunity I step foot in the ring is the biggest highlight of my career. I thank God for every opportunity I get, but I never know when the next one will come.
My highlight of my career so far was being a part of NXT UK, which I was a part of for 2.5 years, and that was a lot of fun.
Garrison, what is your highlight of your career so far?
The highlight of my career just happened not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, becoming not just once again the Steel Domain Heavyweight Champion, but the final Steel Domain Heavyweight Champion.
All right, those were some awesome career highlights. So, Mr. Santana, how about you? What's some of your favorite moments, career highlights?
Can we do like a bubble? It's like
if we have the footage, I think we can.
Yeah, like we old baby Santana. No, but what time isn't a good time in wrestling? Honestly, every time's a fun time in pro wrestling. I've gotten to do a lot of fun things. I've gotten to wrestle like former WWE superstars that I grew up like watching on TV. I got to fly to Orlando myself and have a WWE tryout. Like I got to like meet a bunch of people and like go a bunch of fun different places. I've gotten to hear people chant my name. I've gotten to be in like arenas with people chanting my name, and like it's always a fun time in wrestling. But I think the best time I've ever had was like, honestly, so far has been wrestling like my wrestling coach. Like I'm still a mark for him, Mr. Ken Anderson. Like he's freaking, that was an awesome time. Anderson, yeah. You gotta say it twice. His name's so nice. I'll say it twice.
But if you say it 5 times, he appears in the room.
Don't do
so
it,
be
bro.
careful.
He's gonna make me do burpees.
Those burpees are no joke, man.
Brother, yeah, you've
No
been there.
joke. Oh,
You've been
yeah.
at camp before, yeah.
I think the first time I went to camp, it was Caitlin running it. Caitlin Diamond.
She's pretty rough too.
Ooh, man, I think 30 minutes in, I was like, I had to take a break, and the whole room was spinning, and I was just like, my legs were buckling, and like, she was nice enough to be like, all right, I think she knew like I just shocked my body.
She's so awesome, yeah.
And I just set out the, just watch the rest of the
She's who
day.
prepped me for my WWE tryout. Like her and Greg Gagne and Ken Anderson. Like,
Nice.
I took laps with all of them. Like she killed me. Like out of all of them, out of like the WWE superstar and the AWA legend, like she's the one that murdered me in cardio, bro. She was the scariest coach I've ever had in my life. Sheesh.
Don't mess around when they say Caitlin Diamond trains the best. She trains
Jesus.
the best.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for our second episode here of the MAW Live podcast. I want to thank Rampage Santana for coming out. And we will see you on our next episode. Stick around so you can see some dates of some of the upcoming shows that we have. Again, Rampage, thank you. And have a good night, MAW Fanatics. Take care.